What if I told you just one familiar fruit could start shrinking your prostate in less than 24 hours? And here's the twist. It's not a pill, not surgery, and you can pick it up at your local grocery store. Today, I'll reveal 5 natural fruits that have helped thousands of men restore their sleep strength and confidence, and how to combine them for maximum results. Imagine this for a moment. That constant pressure in your lower belly, those sleepless nights running back and forth to the bathroom, and that slow drain of your energy. What if they aren't just an unavoidable part of getting older? What if I told you there's one simple natural food, something so common you can find it at any grocery store, that could start shrinking an inflamed prostate in less than a single day? No prescriptions, no risky surgeries, no complicated procedures. I'm talking about a fruit you may have eaten countless times without realizing it holds the power to change your daily life. My name is Dr. Liam Howard. For over 30 years, I've taught and researched men's health, working with thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. And I've seen them regain their freedom, their comfort, and their vitality. And here's the best part. They didn't do it by filling their medicine cabinet with more pills. They made just a few small but strategic changes that allowed their bodies to heal naturally. This fruit doesn't just help your prostate, it supports your heart, brain, and circulation. It reduces inflammation, restores healthy flow, and helps you keep the strength every man deserves. And yes, the medical journals back this up. But because no one can patent a piece of fruit, you almost never hear about it. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 incredible fruits that can protect and restore your prostate, including one I've personally seen work in under 24 hours. And here's the thing, how you eat them matters just as much as which ones you choose. So before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another men's health tip. And once you've finished watching, drop a 1 in the comments if it helped you, or a 0 if you think I can make it even better for you. Let's start with the very first fruit on our list. Vibrant, refreshing, and something you've probably enjoyed more times than you can count. Yet very few men realize that beneath its fragrant peel lies the power to soothe deep-seated inflammation in the prostate, paving the way for lasting relief and renewed energy. I'm talking about citrus fruits, nature's anti-inflammatory kickstart. Picture the sweet aroma of peeling a fresh orange in the morning, or the crisp tang of lemon slices floating in a cold glass of water. These are simple pleasures, but hidden behind that fresh flavor is a natural healing force most men have never even considered. Many of my patients used to think citrus fruits were just a pleasant way to start the day, or a source of vitamin C to fight off colds. But when I explained how they could directly benefit prostate health, they were surprised, even skeptical, until they felt the difference for themselves. Fruits like lemons, oranges, and grapefruits are packed with plant-based compounds called bioflavonoids, especially hesperidin and naringin. These powerful antioxidants work inside your body to combat oxidative stress in the delicate tissue of the prostate, a silent saboteur that inflames and damages cells, creating a chain reaction that keeps your prostate swollen and irritated. When bioflavonoids go to work, they help calm that inflammation, allowing the prostate to begin returning to a healthier size. And of course, we can't forget about vitamin C, famous for its role in preventing colds, but in men over 60, it plays an even more crucial role. Vitamin C helps boost collagen production in your blood vessels, keeping them supple and flexible. That's important because when blood vessels lose their flexibility, they create more resistance and pressure in the pelvic area, pressing on your prostate and making symptoms worse. By strengthening your vessels and improving circulation, vitamin C eases that pressure, making urination easier and reducing those frustrating nighttime bathroom trips. I remember a gentleman in his late 60s who came to me feeling utterly exhausted. Night after night, he was waking up 4 or 5 times, never getting a single stretch of deep sleep. He had even given up his cherished early morning rounds of golf simply because he didn't have the energy. I suggested a small, almost effortless change squeeze, half a lemon into a glass of warm water, and drink it first thing in the morning. 2 weeks later, he told me he was only getting up once or twice a night, and he felt more rested than he had in years. That was the only change he made. It may sound almost too simple to believe, but sometimes the simplest steps create the most powerful results. Citrus also helps your body produce more nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens your blood vessels, improving circulation, not just to your heart and brain, but also to your pelvic region. Better blood flow means healthier tissue function, including in the prostate. It also supports other aspects of male vitality, the ones many men quietly worry about but rarely talk about out loud. Beyond prostate health, citrus offers a wide range of benefits. It strengthens your immune system to help you fend off illnesses. It keeps your skin vibrant and youthful by promoting collagen and shielding against free radical damage, the same damage that makes skin look tired and aged. And it aids digestion by stimulating bile flow, enhancing nutrient absorption, and reducing post-meal bloating. When your digestion runs smoothly, your entire body operates under less stress, freeing up resources for healing and repair. If you want to add citrus to your daily routine, start simple each morning. Squeeze about half a lemon into 8 ounces of warm water. Drink it slowly, letting it gently wake up your system. And if you're sensitive to acidity, begin with a smaller amount and increase it gradually. After your morning lemon water, make sure to rinse your mouth thoroughly to protect your teeth from the acid. From there, it's easy to weave citrus into your day. Add a few slices of orange to your breakfast. Enjoy grapefruit as an afternoon snack, or squeeze fresh lime over your meals for a burst of flavor. These small daily doses add up, delivering a steady flow of anti-inflammatory power throughout your body. What I love most about citrus is its accessibility. You don't need to hunt for it in specialty stores or take it in pill form. It's a whole natural food that's been supporting human health for centuries. Ancient Mediterranean healers used citrus to cleanse and strengthen the body, while Roman soldiers carried lemon-infused water to maintain their stamina and clarity during long campaigns. Today, modern science confirms what traditional wisdom has always known. Citrus is a powerful ally in keeping the body strong, resilient, and for men in particular, protecting the prostate as they age. But here's the thing, citrus isn't a magic bullet all on its own. Think of it as the first step in a bigger chain reaction. By reducing inflammation and improving circulation, it lays the groundwork for other nutrients to work even more effectively, like preparing the soil before planting seeds. Once your body is in a calmer, better circulated state, other powerful foods can step in to deliver even more targeted prostate support. Which brings us to the next fruit on our list. Small, bright green, and often overlooked, it contains a unique combination of enzymes and nutrients that attack inflammation from a completely different angle. Most men think of it as nothing more than a tangy snack, but once you understand what it does inside your body, you'll see why it's one of my top prostate health recommendations. Number 2, kiwi, the green anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Kiwi has always fascinated me. There's something about slicing through that fuzzy brown skin to reveal the brilliant emerald flesh inside that feels like uncovering a hidden treasure. For years, I thought of kiwi the way most people do a sweet, tangy addition to fruit salads or a garnish for desserts, until I discovered the true power it holds. Over the decades in my practice, I've come to see kiwi as far more than a sweet, tangy treat. It's one of the most underappreciated therapeutic foods for men's health, especially when it comes to easing the inflammation that drives prostate problems. One patient that I'll never forget was a retired firefighter named Charles, 71 years old. He came to me exhausted and frustrated. The constant urge to urinate, the weak stream, the pelvic pressure, all of it had turned simple pleasures like fishing trips with his grandson into tiring ordeals. He had tried medications, but the side effects left him dizzy and drained. "Doc, I'm tired of trading one problem for another," he told me. That's when I suggested adding kiwi to his daily routine, not as a supplement, but as fresh whole fruit. He raised an eyebrow, probably thinking I'd lost my mind, but trusted me enough to give it a shot. What he didn't know was that kiwi contains more vitamin C than an orange, acting as a shield against oxidative stress in prostate tissue. This oxidative stress is like a slow-burning fire, damaging cells and triggering the release of inflammatory compounds that keep the prostate swollen. By flooding the body with antioxidants, kiwi helps put out that fire. But vitamin C doesn't work alone. Kiwi also delivers vitamin E, potassium, and polyphenols, each playing a role in calming inflammation and supporting overall cell health. One of kiwi's most unique assets is an enzyme called actinidin. Most people think digestion has little to do with prostate health, but the two are more connected than you might imagine. When digestion is poor, toxins from the gut can leak into the bloodstream, triggering systemic inflammation, including in the prostate. Actinidin helps break down proteins more efficiently, reducing the buildup of these gut-derived toxins and easing your body's inflammatory load. I've seen this digestive boost make a profound difference, not just in prostate health, but in my patients' energy and comfort throughout the day. And the research backs it up. Research on kiwi consumption shows it can lower levels of C-reactive protein CRP and interleukin-6 IL-6, two key inflammatory markers closely linked to prostate swelling. Bringing these markers down is like releasing the pressure valve on a system that's been running too hot for far too long, giving your body the space it needs to heal. For Charles, the difference was noticeable within weeks. His urgency diminished, his sleep improved, and by the end of the month, he was back on the boat with his grandson, this time without constantly scanning the horizon for the nearest restroom. But kiwi's benefits go far beyond the prostate. It contains natural serotonin precursors that can improve sleep quality, and I can't emphasize enough how critical deep restorative sleep is for healing. Nighttime is when your body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and resets inflammation levels. Kiwi's rich potassium content supports heart health by helping to regulate blood pressure, and its compounds that modulate mast cell activity can make breathing easier, especially for men dealing with seasonal allergies or mild respiratory issues. Adding kiwi to your diet is simple. Eat one medium kiwi in the morning, preferably on an empty stomach when your body is primed to absorb nutrients. You can slice it in half and eat it with a spoon, blend it into a smoothie with other anti-inflammatory fruits, or even mix it into your citrus water for an extra burst of flavor and nutrition. If the fuzzy skin bothers you, peel it, but keep in mind that the skin is loaded with valuable fiber and antioxidants, so eat it when you can. What I love most about kiwi is that it's gentle yet powerful. It doesn't overwhelm the system, allergic reactions are rare, and it's an easy-to-find fruit in nearly every grocery store. Quietly, day after day, it builds its benefits in your body. I've seen kiwi help men who were convinced they'd never find relief without yet another prescription. For those who stayed consistent, the payoff was undeniable. Less inflammation, better urinary flow, deeper sleep, and more energy to enjoy the things they love. Kiwi is proof that healing doesn't always require complicated regimens or expensive treatments. Sometimes it's simply about giving your body what it's been missing all along. And when you combine kiwi's anti-inflammatory power with the vascular support of citrus, you start building a strong foundation for true prostate recovery. But there's another fruit I want to share with you, one that not only soothes the prostate, but can also transform your nights, helping you sleep soundly and wake up with more energy than you've felt in years. It's a fruit with a deep, rich color and a secret weapon against one of the most overlooked causes of prostate discomfort. Once you understand how it works, you'll never see it the same way again. Number 3, cherries, the sleep and flow restorer. Cherries bring back memories of warm summer afternoons, a bowl of fresh cherries on the table, that deep crimson juice staining your fingertips. But behind that sweet nostalgia lies one of the most impressive healing powers I've ever seen for prostate health. Most men, if they think of cherries at all, see them as a seasonal indulgence, something to enjoy for a few fleeting weeks and then forget about. Yet after decades of working with older men battling prostate issues, I've learned that cherries can be a quiet but powerful ally, especially when it comes to restoring urinary flow and helping you sleep through the night. I'll never forget Harold, a 74-year-old retired engineer, walking into my office looking utterly exhausted. He told me he hadn't slept more than 2 hours at a stretch in years. Every night played out exactly the same. Every night for Harold was the same exhausting loop up to the bathroom, back to bed, drifting off, then waking up again with that same nagging urge. The relentless disruption to his sleep was wearing him down, chipping away at both his health and his spirit. When I asked about his diet and mentioned tart cherries, he looked at me with surprise. Cherries. For my prostate, he asked. Still, he was willing to give it a try. What makes cherries so remarkable is their rich supply of anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their deep ruby red color. These compounds are powerful anti-inflammatories with a unique talent for targeting the COX-2 enzyme. COX-2 is one of the body's main drivers of inflammation, and when it's overactive, it can cause swelling in prostate tissue that makes urination harder and more uncomfortable. By naturally dialing down COX-2 activity, cherries help reduce that swelling, opening up the urinary channel and improving flow. But they don't stop there. Cherries are also one of the few natural sources of melatonin precursors, which help regulate the sleep-wake cycle. For men like Harold, this is a true game changer. Restoring deeper, more consistent sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's about giving the body the time it needs to repair tissues, balance hormones, and reset inflammation levels. Within just 3 weeks of adding a small glass of tart cherry juice to his morning routine, Harold had gone from 5 trips to the bathroom at night down to just 1 or 2. He told me he felt human again, and the brightness in his eyes that day was all the proof I needed. Cherries also support vascular health, keeping blood vessels supple and improving circulation throughout the body, including the pelvic region. This is essential not only for optimal prostate function, but also for maintaining male vitality in every sense of the word. Poor circulation can quietly worsen prostate symptoms while draining your energy reserves. Cherries help reverse that process by improving blood flow and delivering more oxygen and nutrients to your tissues, nourishing them back to health. Another unique advantage of cherries is their gentle diuretic effect. Unlike many diuretics, whether from medication or certain herbs that can cause dehydration or electrolyte imbalances issues that can be especially risky for older adults, cherries encourage healthy flushing of toxins and excess fluids without stripping your body of essential minerals. This makes them a safe, effective choice for long-term use. Incorporating cherries into your diet is simple. When they're in season, fresh cherries are a treat. Just remember to remove the pits. In the off-season, frozen cherries retain most of their nutrients and flavor, and unsweetened tart cherry juice offers a concentrated dose of their active compounds. I often suggest adding them to breakfast or blending them into a smoothie. For men concerned about sugar, tart cherries naturally contain less sugar than sweet varieties, and choosing unsweetened juice keeps the impact on blood glucose to a minimum. What's most striking to me about cherries is how quickly some men feel the difference. While results vary, I've had patients report noticeable improvements in urinary flow and nighttime comfort within just a few days. For others, it's the better sleep they notice first, and everything else follows: a brighter mood, more energy, less tension. It's a reminder that the body's systems are deeply interconnected. When one improves, it can spark a chain of positive changes elsewhere. I've seen cherries help men regain more than just physical comfort. They regain a sense of control over their lives. When you're no longer tethered to the bathroom or dreading another sleepless night, you start reclaiming the activities you once avoided. I've watched patients return to traveling hobbies and social events they had once abandoned simply because they no longer feared constant interruptions. Cherries may seem humble, but their impact can be profound. They work quietly without fanfare to restore balance and reduce the inflammation that has been undermining your quality of life for years. And when you pair cherries with other nutrient-dense anti-inflammatory fruits, you create a broader shield of protection for your prostate and overall health. While cherries can work wonders on their own, there's another group of fruits that takes antioxidant defense to an entirely new level. They don't just soothe an irritated prostate, they protect it like a fortress, shielding it from the daily wear and tear that comes with aging. These small, colorful fruits have been shown to improve circulation, sharpen mental clarity, and stabilize blood sugar, all while quietly supporting prostate health in ways most men would never imagine. And once you know which ones to choose, you'll understand why I recommend them to nearly every patient I see. Number 4, berries, the antioxidant guardians. When I think of berries, I picture mornings at my grandmother's table, a bowl of freshly picked blueberries or raspberries waiting for me, the sweet aroma filling the kitchen. Back then, I cared only about the taste. I had no idea that those tiny bursts of flavor held some of nature's most powerful natural medicines, especially for a man's prostate. Over the years, I've come to see berries not just as healthy snacks, but as quiet protectors guarding the body against the slow damaging effects of chronic inflammation and oxidative stress. Like every other organ, the prostate is under constant attack from free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells and fuel ongoing inflammation. If left unchecked, the assault from free radicals can cause the prostate gland to swell, disrupt urinary flow, and even raise the risk of more serious health problems. What makes berries so exceptional is their dense concentration of antioxidants, especially in anthocyanins and polyphenols, which neutralize free radicals before they can cause damage. Each berry brings its own unique gift. Blueberries, with their deep blue color, are loaded with anthocyanins that boost nitric oxide production, improving circulation to the pelvic region. This means better oxygen delivery, healthier tissue function, and support for both urinary and sexual health. Strawberries contain ellagic acid, a compound that helps regulate abnormal cell growth, a quiet but vital line of defense for the prostate. Raspberries are rich in ketones known for their anti-inflammatory effects, helping to reduce swelling and discomfort. Blackberries, often overlooked, provide tannins that strengthen connective tissue in the pelvic floor, which can relieve tension and improve support for the bladder and prostate. I remember a patient named William, 72 years old, who came to me frustrated by constant urgency and fatigue. He felt like he was losing control of his body, and that frustration was beginning to spill over into his mood and relationships. Instead of adding more medication to his list, I suggested something simple. Start each morning with a handful of mixed berries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. 2 weeks later, he returned with a smile I hadn't seen before. The urgency had eased his mind, felt sharper, and his energy had improved. He told me it was like someone had flipped a switch inside him. The benefits of berries extend far beyond the prostate. They protect the heart by helping regulate blood pressure and improving blood vessel flexibility. They nourish the brain with compounds that enhance cognitive function and guard against age-related decline. Thus, they help stabilize blood sugar, preventing the spikes and crashes that can drain energy and fuel inflammation. For men over 60, this trifecta, heart health, brain health, and metabolic stability, is essential to maintaining vitality and performance. What I love most about berries is their gentleness. They're easy on the digestive system, even for men who struggle with acidity or have sensitive stomachs. They're incredibly versatile. You can enjoy them fresh, frozen, or even steeped in water for a refreshing, nutrient-infused drink. Berries are low in calories but high in fiber, supporting healthy digestion and helping you feel full without overloading your system. But to truly get the most from them, they need to be eaten consistently. Just a handful a day, about 1 cup, is enough to keep a steady stream of antioxidants flowing through your bloodstream, protecting tissues and calming inflammation day after day. You can sprinkle them over your morning oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or enjoy them alongside a slice of whole grain toast. In summer, fresh berries are a delight. In winter, frozen berries are just as powerful, often harvested and preserved at their nutritional peak. There's also something psychologically powerful about eating foods this vibrant and colorful. Bright blues, reds, and purples on your plate serve as a visual reminder that you're actively choosing to care for yourself. That kind of intentionality matters, because health isn't just about the nutrients you consume, it's about the daily choices that reinforce your sense of control over your body and your life. I've seen men regain confidence simply by knowing they're doing something proactive for their health every single day. And when that something tastes good, is easy to find, and works quietly in the background to protect your most important systems, it becomes more than a habit. It becomes a cornerstone of your lifestyle. Still, as powerful as berries are, there's one fruit that stands apart from all the rest. It's the one I've seen work faster than any other, sometimes within 18 hours, bringing real relief to men who thought they had no options left. It hydrates, reduces inflammation, and contains a compound so potent for prostate health that researchers have been studying it for decades. When you combine this fruit with just the right kind of healthy fat, its benefits multiply, making it a true game changer for prostate health. Let me introduce you to the fruit I consider the fastest working natural ally for the prostate: watermelon, the lycopene leader. There's something almost childlike about biting into a slice of ripe watermelon on a hot summer day. The sweet, juicy flesh, the cool rush of liquid, the way it seems to quench your thirst instantly. It's pure nostalgia. But what most men over 60 don't realize is that watermelon isn't just a refreshing snack, it's one of the most powerful natural healers you can put on your plate. In my 30 years of practice, I've seen it work faster than almost anything else, sometimes bringing noticeable relief in less than a single day. The secret lies in a compound called lycopene, the pigment that gives watermelon its vibrant red color. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant with a special affinity for the prostate. Once in your system, it helps calm chronic inflammation that keeps the gland swollen and irritated. It works deep within the tissue, reducing oxidative stress in supporting healthy cell function. And unlike many other antioxidants, lycopene tends to accumulate in the prostate, building a natural reserve of protection over time. One patient who will always stand out to me is Robert, a 68-year-old retired pilot. He came to me after years of struggling with frequent urination, weak flow, and the constant anxiety of always needing to know where the nearest restroom was. Medications had given him partial relief, but the side effects left him sluggish and mentally foggy. I suggested something he didn't expect: start every morning with a bowl of fresh watermelon paired with a small handful of almonds. Within just 2 days, he called my office, excited, "Doc, I don't know if it's in my head, but last night I only got up once. By the end of the week, he was sleeping through the night more often than not." Part of watermelon's magic lies in its combination of lycopene and hydration. Being over 90% water, it gently flushes the urinary tract, helping to clear irritants without placing undue stress on the kidneys. For older men, maintaining proper hydration without taxing the body is essential, and watermelon strikes that balance perfectly. The water content keeps you feeling refreshed, while lycopene quietly works to calm inflammation. Another reason watermelon works so well is bioavailability, the body's ability to absorb and use nutrients. The lycopene in watermelon is already in a form your body can efficiently process when eaten raw. Pair it with a healthy fat like nut seeds or a drizzle of olive oil, and you can triple your absorption. That's why I often recommend starting the day with fresh watermelon alongside a handful of nuts, or blending it into a smoothie with a spoonful of flaxseed. The benefits go beyond the prostate. Improved pelvic circulation from reduced inflammation often brings another welcome change: better erectile function. Men are sometimes hesitant to discuss it, but when blood flow improves in one area of the pelvic region, it benefits everything connected to it. Patients have told me they feel more alive, more confident, and more like themselves again. And that renewed confidence often spills over into every part of their lives. Watermelon also supports cardiovascular health by protecting the lining of your blood vessels, critical for both heart and prostate function. It helps regulate blood pressure and aids muscle recovery after physical activity. In short, it's a fruit that gives back to your entire body, not just one part of it. Adding watermelon to your diet couldn't be easier. In season, choose a ripe melon that feels heavy for its size and has a creamy yellow spot where it rested on the ground. Cut it into cubes and store them in the fridge for easy access. Eat 2 to 3 cups in the morning, ideally after a glass of warm lemon water to prime your digestion and circulation. If cold foods bother you, let it sit at room temperature for about 10 minutes before eating. And remember, consistency is key. Make it part of your daily routine, not just an occasional snack. What never ceases to amaze me is how quickly men notice changes when they start this habit. Some experience easier urination within the very first day. Others see gradual improvements over a week or two, but across the board, the combination of hydration, anti-inflammatory action, and nutrient density makes watermelon a standout in any prostate health plan. I've said it before and I'll say it again, healing doesn't always begin in the pharmacy. Sometimes it begins in your kitchen with the sound of a knife slicing into a ripe melon. It's proof that nature often provides exactly what we need if we know where to look and how to use it. Now you've learned about 5 of nature's most powerful allies for your prostate. Citrus to kickstart circulation and fight inflammation. The kiwi to flood your body with antioxidants and soothe from the inside out. Cherries to restore nightly rest and steady flow. Berries to guard your cells like a fortress. Watermelon to deliver fast, targeted relief with hydration and lycopene. These aren't rare, hard-to-find remedies. They're simple, familiar fruits sitting in your grocery store waiting to change the way you feel. Over my decades in practice, I've seen men who believed their best days were behind them. Men worn down by fatigue, nightly interruptions, and the quiet frustration of living with a swollen prostate completely turned things around. And more often than not, the turning point came from small, consistent changes, not dramatic medical interventions. 1 fruit in the morning, a handful of berries at lunch, a glass of tart cherry juice before bed. Day after day, the body responded. Inflammation eased, energy returned, confidence slowly but surely came back. I share this with you not as theory, but as something I've witnessed over and over in real lives. Your body is not broken. It hasn't given up on you. The symptoms you've been living with are not a life sentence. They are signals asking for the right kind of support. So here's my challenge to you. Start tomorrow. Pick one of these fruits, make it part of your morning, and commit to it for a week. Notice the changes. Let them build. Your stronger chapter is waiting, and it can start with the simplest choice you'll make all day, the choice to give your body what it had been needing all along. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss my latest tips for men's health. In the next video, I'll reveal 3 simple morning habits to keep your prostate healthy all day, and one of them might completely change the way you start your mornings. See you there.